When a coach is named Missouri High School Track Coach of the Year 19 times, you must think this man had a great career as a track athlete. Not the case for Rod Staggs. A native of Kirksville, he was a football player at Truman State University. After earning a master's in health physical education, Rod was hired as the track and field coach at Berkeley High School in St. Louis. He learned how to coach the sport through trial and error. And did he learn? When he got to Berkeley, the school had not won a single meet in 7 years. When he left Berkeley, after 32 years, they had won 16 state championships. But Rod Staggs wasn't finished, not even close. He went to Lindenwood University for 2 years and won 2 NAIA national championships. He moved to Loveland, Colorado, and in 6 years there, won 3 more state championships. After that, it was on to the world stage. He served as a coach for the USA national team, which competed in World and Pan American Championships in Australia, Argentina, Poland, the United Kingdom, Qatar, and Mexico. Rod credits his success by his ability to motivate the athletes because of the relationships he's built with them. At the 2012 Olympics, 35 of the track and field athletes competing there he had coached at some point in their careers. Rod Staggs was twice named National Coach of the Year, Missouri High School Track and Field Coach of the Year 19 times. He's been inducted into the Missouri Track and Cross Country Coaches Hall of Fame, the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, the National High School Athletic Coaches Association Hall of Fame, Truman State University Athletic Hall of Fame, and tonight we welcome Rod Staggs into the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame.
You know, in St. Louis, our metro area, we have great tradition in different sports. You hear about, obviously, baseball and the football, basketball, but track and field is a great tradition, too. Ivory Crockett, Webster Groves was the world's fastest man in the 1970s. Jackie Joyner-Kersee, world's best female athlete you ever. When it comes to coaching, especially on the boys' side, Rod Staggs is the top of that list. He's iconic. First, thank you very much. Congratulations. Coming from Wyoming, right? Glad to take you away from your fishing.
We have a home in Kansas City,
okay.
Overland Park, and Cody, Wyoming as well.
Like I said, you played football and in high school, college. What got you into track and field, became a high school track and field coach, though?
You know, when I got the job at Berkeley, I went back and told Ken Gardner, the coach at Northeast Missouri at that time, that I was a head track coach, and he said, "What the hell do you know about track?" And I said, "Not a lot, but I'll learn, and I like track a lot." And the athletes taught me.
Obviously, you started at Dynasty. How did you start to establish something so special? What were some of the things you had to put in place to put a program like that?
Berkeley hadn't won a track meet in 7 years when I got there, and the basketball coach was the track coach as well. And he'd take a roll, and then half the kids would go up in the gym and shoot baskets with him, and the other half would go out on the track by themselves. I cut up 7 basketballs the first year to let them know basketball season was over. And it was track season, and I kicked 2 of the best athletes off the first year. One of them lied to me and said he went to the dentist, and I called the dentist's office, and it didn't exist. and the other one couldn't finish a workout, and I just told him to go on home, which was my fault. I wouldn't have done that again. Anytime a kid's working hard enough to throw up for me, I should appreciate it.
As if you didn't know, Coach Staggs is a little old school.
You think?
And why did that work for you? I mean, like you said, first of all, you had something unique with your track teams. Like I said, you're coaching high school kids, 14 to 17 years old. But everything that Berkeley athletes walked around was Berkeley men's track, not boys track, or Berkeley women's track, not girls track. Explain that, why you made that distinction.
I learned early on that it didn't matter whether they're freshmen or senior. I never talked to the media about what year they were in school. I didn't care what year they were. If they could run, jump, or throw, and if they were young, the stopwatch and the measuring tape didn't lie. And I just thought if they put up with me and put up with my workouts, that they were men and women, not boys and girls. And it irritates me when people talk about boys and girls. No, they're men and women. If they did what we did, they were men and women. So from back in the early 80s, everything written on Berkeley was men and women, not boys and girls.
At what point did you see things start to roll like you wanted them to? Was it '82 when you started winning state championships? What really made the difference, turned the corner for you?
I don't know. You look at the old Saturday Night Live, Garrett Morris, where baseball's been very, very good to me. Track has been very, very good to me, especially Berkeley and Lindenwood and Colorado, and then USA national teams. And for somebody that wasn't an outstanding athlete as myself, I was blessed with tremendous talent. Tremendous talent. One of them is here tonight, LeVar Miller, who is 8-time state champion in the high jump, long jump, and triple jump.
LeVar, stand up, please.
He's something special.
LeVar is probably the best jumper in the history of the state of Missouri.
And he flew in from Miami, so he's really special. And probably the person that probably should get the most credit is my wife, Rhonda, sitting back with LeVar. She put up with me for almost 48 years now and raised our kids while I raised other people's kids.
You've had kids, like you say, LeVar, go on to be All-Americans at track. You've had Mike Rogers, an Olympian. So many others have gone on to success. What is that? How do you feel when you see athletes go on to that, reach that ultimate level, knowing that you had a big part in that, in their upbringing?
I always tried to stress that running was just part of life, a small part of it, that I wanted to be successful as a well-rounded person and go ahead and be successful in life in a lot of aspects other than just how fast they ran or how far they jumped or threw.
Also big is you be able to represent our country as a coach for USA Track for several years. So you get to work with some of the best athletes in the world right here in the United States. What is that experience like being part of the USA Track and Field program?
I work with the sprinters and hurdlers and the relays, and I'm the head men's coach for the NACAC, which is North America, Central America, and the Caribbean this summer, and Querétaro, Mexico in July. I've been on 8 of those, and I've coached athletes like Justin Gatlin and Allison Felix, and some of America's best. And it doesn't matter at what level. Those people are professionals, and they take care of business just like somebody would in the business world because that is their business.
You've been at it since 1971, even the 60s, I guess, when you first started. What keeps you going at a high level? I mean, your career has spanned now 6 decades now, and you're still going at a very high level. How are you able to still do it?
I don't know. I think it keeps you young when you're working with young people. It helps keep you young, and that's good. I don't want to be old, but I am. That's why I'm still coaching, I guess. And I still write out workouts for 2 different high schools, and I mentor athletes now, and I'm still mentoring Mike Rogers, who's a 2-time Olympian, and he ran 10.08 last weekend, and he's the most successful athlete to ever come out of Berkeley. At the high school level, the most successful was Rick Stovall with 12 state championships. 8 of them were relays, and LeVar Miller with 8 individual state championships. At the college level, probably Mike Rogers. He was 11-time national champion. And Dan Futrell was national record holder in 800 meters at Truman State. And then, the professional athletes that we have now are very special. We've got the best track and field program in the world.
And finally, like you said, so many great individuals, but with all that, you were able to still stress team in track and field is so much an individual sport with the events, but you were able to still stress a great team concept. How were you able to incorporate that throughout your career?
It really irritates me when people say track is an individual sport. It's not. So-and-so gets 16 points in basketball and 8 rebounds and 4 steals. LeVar wins the high jump, Mike Rogers wins the 100, Alonzo Parrish wins the hurdles. You put all their points together, it's the same difference on the scoreboard at the end. TAM, together everyone achieves more. When I was at Loveland High School, my women's team won state 3 years in a row. And in the 100-meter dash, we got 9th, which is last place in the finals. And the 400-meter dash, we got 9th. In the 200-meter dash, we got 8th, but we won the 4x1 relay, the 4x2 relay, and the 4x4 relay. TEAM, together everyone achieves more.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest high school track and field coach in the history of the state of Missouri. Let's welcome Rod Staggs to the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2019.
Thank you very much.